Fine. So here now we will be sharing that how UPSC syllabus can help you in the initial years or initial months of your preparation, or the initial attempts, not years. Okay, you should look UPSC syllabus once in a while, say 2-3 days, 2-4 days. Once you take GS paper 1, next you take GS paper 2, next you take GS paper 3 or 4. Similarly, even you should have looked towards prelims paper as well. Okay, because suppose last year in the prelims 2 questions were from the sports sector. This year we did not find that it was very much sports centric or something like that. But what people do, people started doing current affairs as if this is the core part of UPSC. No, it is not. So that's why we did not see such kind of questions in a very large numbers. Okay, so we have to tackle every step with the return of investment. Return of investment, when I say you invest certain time in every topic or any, I say, book, whether it gives good return. Suppose you have 10 days only and you start doing a book called India After Independence for the prelims. It might be helpful for your mains, but it might not be helpful for your prelims examination. Okay, after independence, very less probability that any question will come. But these things will be clear only if you are thorough with your chapters. Fine, thorough with your chapters. So moving ahead, let me share my screen first. I hope my screen is visible to you. Fine. Okay. Yes, thank you. So here, as you can see that we are discussing syllabus for the examination. Okay, syllabus for the UPSC examination. Now, as we know that there are 2 papers in the prelims examination. First paper is the GS paper, second paper is the CSAT paper. Okay, for CSAT we shall be having different sessions, as you guys are integrated batch student. Certain sessions for the CSAT will also be available wherever I am good at. I'm not saying that I will teach math and all, but certainly one strategy will be there, most likely next session or next to next session. In the starting we will be dealing with the CSAT itself, because as we have seen, CSAT has become a tool by UPSC to eliminate people in the prelims stage itself. And number of aspirants scoring more than 100 marks, but ended up with the non-66 or say non-33% in CSAT. Fine. So considering all this, let's move forward. So first part is preliminary examination. Okay, so when it says current events and national and international importance, it do means state important event. Suppose somewhere business conclave is going on and all, you will find certain economic word has been used in that conclave, and you will find certain words while reading the newspaper, while reading your monthly magazines. So at that time itself, you should be able to click that, yeah, this word, suppose Atmanirbhar is something. Now it is quite famous. Okay, but had it been Atmanirbhar word was used earlier? Yes, it was used earlier as well. Self-reliance. Okay, now when we say self-reliance, self-sufficient and Atmanirbhar, so this is something which is against, we are going in a similar manner. In this session, please don't consider prelims specific or mains specific, though we are going prelims and mains specific, because when we do the preparation, it's an integrated method. Okay, so don't get confused that YSL is going towards the mains kind of things. So when you look, that self-sufficiency, self-reliance was always there. Okay, Atmanirbharta is nothing but self-reliance, self-sufficiency, that you don't have to depend on anyone. Okay, you are sufficient on your own, but self-reliance is something you are sufficient. Even if you are not sufficient on your own, you have that much of money that you can purchase from someone else. Suppose here Siddharth is here and myself. Okay, Siddharth have a farmhouse. I do have a farmhouse. Okay, now what happened? Siddharth says, I will never ever trade with anyone. My farmhouse has everything. Okay. I said, okay. Suddenly, what happened? I traded with other people. Suppose Megha, Ruchi, Vivek. I'm taking the names whose camera is like visible to me. Fine. So don't consider me partial and all. I'm not that partial. Though I am. Okay. Fine. So it's like, okay. So that I don't do trade and all. But I said, okay, fine. But I will do. I don't have an issue with you, but I will do from my side. Okay, fine. So some natural calamity came. Are both I will say crops got destroyed. So that is now not capable of doing the trade because he was for the self-sufficiency. But I was for the self-reliancy. Okay, so as a self-reliant trader, I spent some bucks and had some foodings. So Siddharth got to learn that self-reliance is something that globalization will help, but self-sufficiency might hinder the globalization. So I gave you just one example that how these things are the part of your syllabus. People say, have you read globalization? So what is globalization different from other things? No, it is not like that. Fine. Now, history of India and Indian national movement. Nowhere mentions that you have to read about Mesopotamia and all. There is certain similarities between Harappa and Mesopotamia that you should know, but it doesn't mean that you have to know about all the Mesopotamian rulers. The rulers who came to India, be it Iranian, Timurs, whoever it, Afghanis, Pathans, they are important. But at the time, who are ruling in Afghanistan or who is not, it is not important to us. What people do while history, they end up mugging each and everything, whichever it is not required. Now, next point. India and the world geography, physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. Okay. So certainly when it is saying it is world, it will talk about the continents. It will not talk about the specific like Ghana or Pakistan. You have to go for the macro level. See, this exam is for journalists. They are not selecting the specialists for the time being. Okay. So what happens? Those who have appeared in the prelims, they will be able to relate. Sometimes they know the answer of some question. Okay. And what they will do, they will apply, I say, over usage of brain. What they will do? Over usage of brain. They were about to mark that answer correctly, but they ended up marking wrong because they overused their brain. So what happened? Just one. So what happened? They ended up being negative. Okay. They tried to relate unrealistic thing. Now, next, Indian polity, governance, constitution, political system, panchayati raj, public policy, rights issue, etc. Now, this etc. is the point. What you have to think of. This is not okay. One more thing. If any one of you feel कि अब overdosage हो रहा है, do let me know. I will stop the recording. We will have some chit chat for next 5-7 minutes because this session might go 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay. Specifically when we move towards the mains area. So don't hesitate. Just say yes, sir. I have certain problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, moving towards Indian polity. See, Indian polity is nothing but your constitution. Whatever Lakshmikant has given, it is constitution. Now, doing Lakshmikant, those from the batch when they already know that how we do Lakshmikant. It is not like the Lakshmikant, you have to go chapter wise. You have to apply your brain. There is a prime minister chapter. Then there is a chief minister chapter. If you do them consecutively, you will be able to relate the difference between prime minister, chief minister, Supreme Court and High Court. Okay. What happens in the question? They twist these things only, na? They will president and governor. Instead of president, they will give the power of governor in the example. You have to eliminate these things only. You have to apply these things. So while reading Lakshmikant, people say that I'm reading one by one. Okay, fine. No worries. Now, what is the difference between pre-mode Lakshmikant and mains mode Lakshmikant? When I say about the pre-mode Lakshmikant, I have to remember the facts. But the mains mode Lakshmikant is something that we don't have to remember in the prelims. For example, those commission's recommendations. People say that these days they are asking the prelims. See the most prominent one, you are going to read again and again. Suppose the committee have given 250 recommendations. Select 4-5. Those you have to write in mains, and those 4-5 in the starting itself. Okay. Set 10 recommendations only out of 300. Those you are going to remember anyhow. Apart from there, if they are asking, it might be wrong, it might be not be solvable by you. Prepare 300 recommendations just to ensure that prelims के time पे वो recommendation वाला question गलत ना हो जाए. In that time you could have prepared history जहां से पक्का वो fact पूछेगा. Fine. I hope here no one is there who cannot understand Hindi, because Sandeep is not here. Okay, so if anyone is feeling have any issue with the Hindi, do let me know. As in beach में मैं थोड़ा बोलेगा आज. Sandeep is not here, so I am kind of free. Okay, fine. So next, moving ahead, you have to do Lakshmikant in this way. Now, during prelims, if you are reading while revising these committee commissions recommendations, all the recommendations, so do the top 10 or 5, that's it. If your question is bound to happen correct, it will be correct with those 10-5 minutes only. As to keep reading all 300, return will not be the grade. Fine. Okay, let's move ahead again. Okay, economic and social, political systems. Now, what kind of political systems are there? Parliamentary, presidential. You will find only 2 things whenever you read newspaper. Britain, PM. Australia, PM. These are nothing but your parliamentary system, na? Presidential system. If I say president, na, before Indian president, you guys will be having in your mind Joe Biden, Donald Trump, a very good character. Okay. Then Barack Obama. It means you are going USA without visa, without ticket. I say president, it's all about. When I say kingdom, you will end up being in the Middle East countries, UAE, Saudi Arabia. So these are the political systems only. The best democracy, Afghanistan, correct? When I say democracy, Afghanistan comes into your mind, correct? No. Fine. Similarly, when we move ahead, Panchayati Raj, India. We know that we fought for the Panchayati Raj system. Mahatma Gandhi was there. So if you are reading newspaper and get a quote about the Panchayati Raj system, suppose of Mahatma Gandhi wrote, now you are not going to read any new book where you will be having quotation by the Mahatma Gandhi, and you will start downloading it, writing it in your diaries. Okay, so it's better when you're reading newspaper, maintain certain A4 kind of sheets. Okay, this quotation can be used in the GS paper too. Right now I'm the prelims mode only. Prelims mode books are quite small, quite specific. Prelims can be tackled by, am I audible?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
fine.
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, okay. Prelims can be tackled by small number of books and multiple revisions, to be very honest, along with the PYQ. People have done this again and again. Okay. Now, rights issue. What kinds of rights issue you are talking about? It's an economic rights issue. Okay. Where the companies issue rights, your shares and all, or it is about the civil rights, political rights. Fine. You have to think. As I said, whatever is under sun, it is under the UPSC syllabus. They have said that it is a part of paper 1. They can ask it anywhere. And they said it is a part of right issue only. Okay. So while reading all these things, suppose you are reading a book by the, I will say, Musk Sahab, or book on the Satya Nadella, you will find certain terms or certain examples about these things. If you quote these examples in your mains, this is how you prepare. It is comprehensive preparation. Now people ask me, sir, how to prepare ethics quotations? अरे यार जब quotation करने का टाइम था उस टाइम को तो आपको लगा कि हाँ एक book, let's read one single lexicon book and we will do great and enough. It will be well enough. This is not the case. Okay. Now moving to next. Okay. Economic and social development, sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographics, social sector initiative, etc. This is nothing but the most important part of your current affairs related to economics. All the indexes that you read, poverty index, don't you think social development, women index, gender index, whatever index you are finding, it is under this heading only. Now, what happens during the preparation? I have studied during the prelims that this index is there. Okay, what happened during the mains? When we are asking you for the women empowerment, everyone is writing, give them voting right, they have done this, they have done that. Why are you not taking, guys, please mute yourself when you are not speaking. Okay, thank you. Okay. What happens? Why are you not mentioning the criteria of those indexes only in the mains itself? Because while reading, you are not focusing in this way that during the prelims itself, acha, these three indexes are there and these three criteria are for the one index. These criteria can be pointer for my mains answer. This is what you have to do in your mains. Fine. Now, general issues on environment, ecology, biodiversity, climate change that do not require subject specialization. As I said, it is the exam of generalist. So specialization, they do not require. A very basic understanding. Now what happens? I'm a civil engineer. A question on road making comes that plastic sheet is used. I will end up, no, plastic is not used. It is certain kind of modified plastic. Ye wo falana dhimkana. Arey yaar, you have to say yes and move on. You don't have to do PhD in that question itself. PhD in any questions, be it mains, be it prelims, ensures minus 2.67 prelims and mains depend on the question marks. Fine. Now, okay, I'm planning that CSAT session I should finish right now with you guys. Okay, so it might get 15-20 more minutes. If you guys need break, 5-10 minute किसी को कुछ चाहिए होगा, do let me know. I will provide break in between. But आज इसे 10:15 10:30 तक खत्म कर देते हैं. Fine with all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, वो last वाला statement आपका क्या था? वो थोड़ा समझ में नहीं आया. फिर से एक बार बता दीजिए.
They are not recruiting specialists. They are recruiting journalists. So don't try to overuse brain. For example, suppose आपने अगर economics से कर रखा है कुछ, तो don't try to go into deeper into the concept of the economics. Take it as other people are from the non-economic background as well, and UPSC want that they can also solve that. Fine. अब वर्बैटिम मत अब वर्बैटिम मत पूछना यार, वो बोलने के बाद मुझे भी नहीं पता होता क्या मैंने बोल दिया.
ठीक है,
ठीक है. Okay, so okay, for the CSAT, I'm repeating one strategy with all of you. Okay, first take the topics. Here you have all the topics: logical reasoning, analytical ability. Now, how to find subtopics? Either refer PYQ, go for banking or SSC kind of exams. Okay. Decision making and problem solving. General mental ability is nothing but logical reasoning only again. Basic numeracy, class 10 level, data integration, chart and all. Everything is given class 10th level. What they are doing, they are making calculations complex. It is not like you cannot solve it. Earlier they used to say, you just tell them 20% of 1450. Now they are in the question is such like that you have to do 3 calculations. First one, then 1.5% of 1050, then this, then you have to add these two minus the third one. Sorry. This is how they are trying to do it. They have not made the question hard. Question is still easy. Calculation part has become little bit lengthy. This can be controlled with the practice. Okay. So for the quant plus LR plus DI, I will ask you to follow first YouTube videos. For subtopics, go for these examination subtopics. You prepare only these one, okay? Just YouTube, whichever YouTube has more videos, has more views, you increase one more view, topic wise. Okay, take it as topic wise. Don't try to complete whole CSET in one day. Take one topic in a 2 days or 3 days. Give some time to it. Watch video. People ask me which book to follow. I always tell them there is a very good book, M. Tyra. Name, quicker math. Okay, I'm not being sponsored by these things, but yeah, this is a good book. Okay.
Please pardon.
M. Tyra, MTYIRA. सेम बुक का ही नाम है क्विकर मैथ. क्विक से क्विकर बना देन मैथ. Fine. Here I have written as well on the screen. Okay, so you can follow this for the basics. Apart from that, please refer monthly magazines only of SSC or banking. Ruchi, yeah.
सर मेरे पास क्विकर मैथ अरिहंत का पढ़ा है, वो चलेगा?
चलेगा. बेसिक बुक कोई सा भी चलेगा. आई एम गिविंग यू दिस बिकॉज आई फाइंड दिस वेरी गुड. वो भी चलेगा, कोई इशू नहीं है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir, you were saying something.
Yeah, Ruchi, these books are available online as well, so you need not to worry कि इंडिया से चली जाऊंगी तो मंथली वाला कैसे मिलेगा. ठीक है, need not to worry, these are available online.
Okay.
Okay, नहीं होगा तो कोई सा भी बैंकिंग वाला मिल जाएगा सब्सक्रिप्शन. That I will let you know. Don't worry about it. क्योंकि I saw your face expression की थोड़ा सा आपको अरे ये क्या हो गया. ठीक है, no need to worry at all.
Okay, sir.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay. Then monthly magazine. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस नाम से आती है एक मैगजीन, द BSc. ओके, और बैंकिंग एंड यू, और बैंकिंग अवेयरनेस मैगजीन. दीज आर द मंथली मैगजीन अवेलेबल इन एवरी सिटी. ओके, और गो टू द बुक शॉप एंड से आई नीड अ बुकलेट वेयर करंट अफेयर्स इज देयर, ऑल थिंग्स रिलेटेड टू banking is there. You will find in these magazines new kind of questions that is being asked in the, and please go for the PO level magazine only, that is probationary officer, not for the clerical one. Okay, so whenever you will go for these magazines, you will find that most of the questions are of the UPSC level itself, because PO level exam is of CAT level is of UPSC level, and they are competing with each other. Okay, fine. Now let's move ahead. These are the magazines that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so you can practice on the monthly basis from these magazines. अगर एक मंथ में एक मैगजीन पूरी नहीं हो रही तो डोंट परचेज न्यू मैगजीन इन न्यू मंथ. वो एक मैगजीन अगले मंथ भी चलेगी, फिर उसके नेक्स्ट मंथ पे न्यू मैगजीन ले लेना. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट एवरी मंथ यू हैव टू परचेज द मैगजीन ओनली. 50-60 रुपीज कॉस्ट होता है इनका, ज्यादा कॉस्ट भी नहीं है. नो वरीज एट ऑल. ओके, नाउ फॉर द रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन I will not tell you anything because you guys are integrated batch students. I will be having a proper session with you guys. Reading comprehension is something that you should not be worried about. Okay, so this is it for the reading comprehension. We will be having separate session. No need to worry. Math, as I myself is like, I have done math n number of times. I was so good at math that I never prepared for the CSET. I used to go and write the CSET or CSET to CSET. Like I wrote CSET this year, then in my next attempt in next year. No practice in between. Such was kind of confidence for me. Okay, so anyone can do that. So I don't have the capacity to take sessions on the CSET, else I would have taken on the same. But this strategy will work. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, mains examination. Now people are like, before preparing for the main examination, they start asking me questions, sir, qualifying examinations, how should we prepare English and Hindi? No need to worry about that. Once you clear the prelims, 10 days I will take. You can prepare your regional language, be it English or one is English compulsory. That can be prepared in 4 or 5 days. You all are good students. You need not to worry about it. Okay. So don't ever ask me a question to how to prepare qualifying examination. I will not tell. And I will ensure when you are writing mains that you will not fail in the same. Okay. So no need to worry. Okay. So don't waste time. Again, I will say return of investment thing. Okay. Fine. So qualifying paper, we won't be wasting time. Again, you can see very basic things, comprehensions, precise writing, usage and vocabulary, short essays. This itself will ensure for English that you clear. This itself will ensure you clear. This again itself will ensure you clear. These 3 points. Leave other things aside. So no need to worry at all. Okay. Now the most important point. For essays, again, as I said, I will be having 2 to 3 sessions, and you guys will be writing 4 to 5 to 6 maximum essays with me as well. Okay, it is a part of our integrated course itself. So leave that on me. I am saying leave that on me. Okay. Essay. Candidates may be required to write essay on multiple topics. Okay, they will be expected to keep closely the subject. Now this is the most important line, please put the focus. They will be expected to keep closely to the subject of essay to arrange their ideas in orderly fashion. Orderly fashion. Okay, closely. These are the keywords. See, the way I told you now that you have to read, similar way I am reading, circle, arrow and all. So it is not like that I'm suggesting anything which I have not done. To write concisely. Credit will be given for effective and exact expression. Okay, fine. Now, moving ahead in this direction. Closely means you should understand the essay properly. Suppose I am saying that, yeah, Akshay is here. So Akshay, you seems to be a bull while preparation. It doesn't mean that he got 2 horns and 1 tail and a very solid physique like a bull. No, it means he's on rage. He's slogging 12 to 15 hours a day. Okay, so this is how you have to interfere the essay or with your mind and get it done within your mind. First of all, मैंने मतलब सही सोचा है. We will do certain exercise for the same as well. Okay, you need not to worry. Now, most important thing, orderly. Orderly is something, again, that one thing should follow another. For example, I am discussing you prelims, essay, then mains. Suppose I discuss you optional paper, then I discuss you prelims, then I discuss you CSAT, then paper 3, paper 2. This is not an order. So when your last thought is related to your next thought, this is the orderly fashion. The reason that I ask you guys to read the books apart from UPSC, it is the only that request. When you go one by one, you will find that this book is really, this paragraph is related to next, and unknowingly or knowingly you will start going for the same. Okay, so fine. Now, concise. Concise is something that, again, I will say, if you read good books, you will be able to write concisely. If I want to give a lecture, I can give a lecture, but at the same time, I can say the same things in 3-4 lines. That 3-4 lines, well-crafted answer requires your essay. Apart from that, in essay, effective and exact expression, the word. When I say expression, expression is nothing but feeling, idea. It is not fact. When I say show me your expressions, smile, angry, you will show these kind of things now, or you will send me emoji in digital world. Okay, but how to put your emotions in the essay? This is how we will be learning. And everyone is good with essay, bad with it. Okay. यार एक तो यार थोड़ी देर तक चैट बॉक्स मत यूज करो, मेरे को पॉपअप होता है तो आई थिंक काफी इंपॉर्टेंट कुछ आ रहा है, जिसको बोलना म्यूट करके बोलेगा, अभी फ्लो मत तोड़ो वरना फिर आज 11 बज जाएंगे, ठीक है। आई डोंट वांट टू लुक एट pop-ups and pop-ups of screen for the time being. Sorry for being blank. Okay, now कहाँ था मैं? Expression. Okay, yeah, expressions. Okay, similarly you have to put your emotions on a paper. I will give you one example. Okay, just to understand, because whenever you will be reading now onwards newspapers and your books, you will be able to understand that this kind of writing style you can replicate in your essay. Suppose suppose I wrote an essay where I wrote that a reason for unemployment in Kashmir, reason for stone pelting in Kashmir is unemployment. Stone pelters are being given 500 rupees for a day to pelt the stone towards security forces. This is it. It sounds like I am reading a kind of news, no emotions at all. I will say same words, but now in a different manner. This I have prepared, like from last 3-4 essay sessions. Now I am giving this example only. So don't consider कि वाह क्या बोल दिया सर ने. तो ये मैंने एक essay में लिखा, मेरे को अच्छा लगा तो मैं कहा समझाने के लिए सबसे बेस्ट यही है मेरे पास. Okay, now how I put at that time in my essay. Sorry. Okay. Had it been that Kashmiri youth have opportunities for employment, and they've had the opportunities for education, the stone pelter would not have been in front of army personnel. He would have standed, or he would have stand behind the army personnel in the army uniform itself. ठीक है, ये था similar. Again I used in some ethics and all. Okay, now I will say concise one. अब ये तो काफी बड़ा सा हो गया, ethics में concise से लिखना है. Equality or say equal opportunities, okay, available at the Kashmiri Youth Post 370 has ensured the stone pelters have become part of the Kashmiri's progress by contributing to their taxes. मतलब अब उन्होंने कुछ प्रोडक्टिव काम शुरू कर दिया. वो पास्ट में स्टोन पैटर्स थे. कंसाइज में मैंने इतना कुछ बोल दिया, लाइक व्हाट आई टोल्ड इन द कंसाइज that they have converted into the taxpayers. अब stone pelter will not pay na tax. Taxpayer means that someone would something like this. Okay, so even if it is like you have to put your emotions first, fact later. India can become a greener, okay, if we try to achieve our sustainable development goal targets. Now you can mention the targets. What people do? People sustainable development goal target this point, this says that this. No. Idea behind which goal you are talking about? Hunger free, poverty free, whatever you are talking about. Let's move forward. Now, General Studies Paper 1, Indian culture, where we cover the salient aspects of art forms, literature, architecture, ancient to modern times. Okay. If you find anything related to this in news, consider this as a part of mains now. फर्स्ट यू शुड नो ना दैट आर्ट फॉर्म्स में सब कुछ आता है, म्यूजिक, थिएटर, पेंटिंग्स, okay, dance forms, all these things. Modern history about the middle of 18th century until the present significant events. Now, middle of 18th century. What is middle of 18th century? 1750s. If you look, this is something, Battle of Palasi, Battle of Buxar,
Buxar.
These all has happened.
Yes.
So these are part of this. And suppose if you are going into the so much deeper, the prelims still asks you about the tribal and all, but mains generally no. And if mains has asked, believe me, if you are doing previous year questions, it is more than enough. No need to cover anything else. Okay, the freedom struggle, its various stages, important contributions from different parts of countries. Here you will find tribal and all. Okay, so it is not like that people get confused. यहीं पे सब कुछ mention करना है. As I said, these are interlinks. Now for this part, you need not to go anywhere else apart from PY. If you have analyzed 10-12 years of previous year questions, you guys have time. From the next session onwards, I will put you in this method only. Those who will follow, certainly it will help. Those who will not follow, again I will say, I do not say that I have success rate of 100% because this exam has 0.01% of success rate. But those who have followed, they have been in the fighting category. They have cleared the examination as well. So it totally depends on you. Even for the sessions, if you are waiting for my messages that sir will call me and sir will message me only, then I will attend the session. This is not the right way. Okay. Post-independence consolidation. What is the consolidation? It is land consolidation. It can be question was on land reform. Was it on state consolidation? Different states came up. Okay. Based on linguistic identities, states, new states emerged. For example, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand got bifurcated. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana got. These all things can be here now. So news related to these suppose comes. You should be aware of these things. Yeah, it means ka part hai. People should know what to read in newspaper. History of the word will include events from the 18th century such as industry. Now, word history, I will say you need not to read. Whatever it has been mentioned, you will be relying on SOMP notes. The one of the best notes you can have, and that will be made available to you. Okay, no need to worry. Word history का कहीं और से कुछ नहीं पढ़ना. NCERT भी suggest नहीं करूँगा. Fine, video देखने का मन करे, अच्छा लगता है थोड़ा सा. That we should know about the Hitler and all. Okay, I personally like Hitler, not as a personality, but the way he consolidated Germany. Germany was nothing. Though he was Nazi, whatever he did, it was wrong. But the way he consolidated Germany, I admire him for him. Okay, so you can learn what you can learn. It is not like the Nazism you have learned. How centralization of power ensures quick decision making. See, this is something that even if you read in newspaper, ये जरूरी थोड़ी मानना है कि महात्मा गांधी के बारे में लिखा तो हम सिर्फ अच्छा ही मानेंगे, जवाहरलाल नेहरू के बारे में लिखा तो हम सब बुरा ही मानेंगे, मोदी जी ने किया हो तो सब अच्छा ही होगा या सब बुरा ही होगा. अपना माइंड दिया है ना, वी हैव टू अप्लाई अकॉर्डिंग टू अवर सिलेबस. सिलेबस से बाहर कुछ नहीं जाना. महाराष्ट्र वाला इशू चल रहा है, न्यूज़पेपर यू वुड हैव सीन. इट डजंट मैटर कि कितने में खरीदा है. से सी सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या कहने वाला है फ्लोर टेस्ट पे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या कहने वाला है हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग पे. ठीक है, दैट कैन बी योर एरिया ऑफ कंसर्न. कौन कितने में बिका, किसको क्या मिला, अडवाणी ने अमित शाह ने क्या स्टेटमेंट दे दी, यू नीड नॉट वरी. ये वीडियो YouTube पे शेयर करने लायक नहीं है, इसे प्राइवेट रखना पड़ेगा वरना मेरी तो जेल हो जाएगी लग रहा है. ओके, word was here. I will not go deeper. As I said that here you will be relying on SOMP notes only. We have very good short or बढ़िया notes. Salient feature of Indian society, diversity of India. Those who have done only 2 books, Indian society, social development and change. Only 2 NCRTs that you have to do. Fine. Here only one thing, articles comes, monthly magazine when you will do, you will find social issues you have to relate. For example, these days the new culture is there, live in relationship. Okay, question can come in society, nuclear family, joint family, question can come, new kind of relationships, both are working, husband in Jammu Kashmir, wife in Kanyakumari, but they are trying to maintain, the word has been changing, and this is kind of new relationships. This is localization. Suppose Megha is here. Tomorrow she goes to Northeast for her posting. Okay, she do not like their food. What she did, she had her some maid or someone. She took her with at the Northeast posting. Okay, to cook. अब सारा दिन मेघा को तो खाना खाना नहीं है, मेघा will feel ये भी बोर होती रहेगी, सिर्फ मेरे लिए खाना बनाना है. Nothing else to do. So what Megha did? Okay, open a restaurant for the North Indians. I will finance. I have a good salary. Okay, initial support I will give you. Now that is localization, or say new kind of things, intermingling of culture. There, dal chawal. We are eating first time. It is there. Okay, Megha might like some of the Northeast food. So these are our culture points. So suppose if there is an issue going of the beef ban, cultural issue, no? Pork ban, cultural issue. Why you consider that those issues from the polarized view? Consider from the UPSC view. Sabrimala issue, people say women are not being entered. Okay, fine. What to do with these issues? Supreme Court का view लेना है यार, Supreme Court का. अपना व्यू नहीं लगाना कि मेरे रिलीजन में ऐसा, उसके रिलीजन में ऐसा, और ऐसे टॉपिक्स यू कैन नॉट अवॉइड एज वेल. ओके, नाउ इफेक्ट्स ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन. ये फेडरल रिजर्व है, अमेरिकन सेंट्रल बैंक, it increases the rate, suddenly money from India goes into the USA. Why? Because when India was there, they felt that India is interesting. Now USA, they are getting good opportunity, so they will go back. This is nothing but globalization. I gave you one example, certain point of news you should be able to look off. अच्छा हाँ, यहाँ पे ये चल रहा है. This okay, physical geography again, whatever you have studied during prelims will suffice. Apart from that, analysis. For example, volcano है, okay, erupt हुआ, ठंडा हो गया, volcanism. Okay, कोई लैंड मास है, volcanism आया, लैंड मास disturbed or say dismantled into certain small pieces. Okay, so अब now it has been disturbed and dismantled into small pieces. वो islands बन गए हैं, Java, Sumatra, Indonesia, Malaysia. What are these? When you will read physical geography, or those who have read physical geography, you would have read that यही सारे islands तो बने हैं volcanism से. Pacific Ring of Fire क्या है? Whatever you have read in prelims, facts are for the prelims, analysis is for the mains. Facts are the basis of analysis to have proper kind of answer. That we will try to teach you. I don't know how much you will learn. Okay, distribution of key resources, again similar. UPSC kind, prelims kind of thing, analysis same. So afterwards, let's move to the paper 2, GS paper 2 and paper 3, Indian Constitution. Okay, historical underpinnings, how Constitution evolved. Suppose Ambedkar Jayanti is there, some questions comes, how Ambedkar contributed. किसी को 5-7 मिनट का ब्रेक चाहिए हो तो do let me know. 1 घंटा हो चुका है इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है. और अगर ऐसा लगता है कि we should divide this session into 2 sessions, then after paper 2 we can stop as well. Paper 3 और paper 4 बाद में tackle कर लेंगे, because basic idea हो गया है what we are going to do. ठीक है, paper 2 कर लेंगे. Whatever be the situation, do let me know. I don't want you to just push. ठीक है, अभी उस सिचुएशन में आए नहीं है, वो सिचुएशन आएगी तो आई नो हाउ टू पुश 14-15 आवर्स स्टडी एज वेल. फाइन. ओके, इवोल्यूशन, हाउ इट इवॉल्व. अमेंडमेंट्स जो हो रहे हैं वही तो इवोल्यूशन है. 103 टाइम्स आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज बीन अमेंडेड. पूरा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ही एक तरह से अमेंड हो चुका है. 100 बार आपको मैं बदल दूं, अभी 100 चीजें आप में बदल दूं, नए आप नहीं बन जाओगे. अरे कोई रात को जागने वाले को सूरज उठने वाला बना दिया मैंने, वो भी बदल गया अपने आप में. फाइन. सिग्निफिकेंट प्रोविजंस एंड बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर, केशवानंद भारती, you all must have read during political theory book. If not, then you will be reading in Constitution in Independence Fund. Function and responsibility of union states, issues, challenges pertaining to the federal structure, devolution of powers and finances up to local levels, challenges therein. Again, prelims specific analysis. Okay. Now, separation of powers. This is something important that I would like to ponder upon. Separation of power or division of power. Two things you must have read. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Somehow I kicked my lead and it got out of my laptop. That's nothing on it. Okay. So separation of power, division of power. This is about federalism, and this is about legislature, executive, judiciary. You have separated the powers. Division of powers, state government के पास क्या power है, union government के क्या power है, PRIs के पास क्या power है. DOP is related with schedule 7. So if you got related to something while reading newspaper, you have to see, this kind of point was not mentioned, because articles and all will be having opinions now, and books will be having facts and provisions. So new articles, new perspectives. अभी मैं कुछ नया बोल रहा हूँ तो मेरे सभी पढ़े लिखों ने बोला यार वहां पे, तो मैं भी तो उन्हीं के बेसिस पे बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैंने 8-10 साल पढ़ा है न्यूज़पेपर से. Fine. So make sure while doing the same, you should be having a focus. Now you will be able to relate it only when you will be reading syllabus at least 2-3 days in the starting. Then the time as you spend, you can reduce the reading the syllabus as well. Then read after one week, then 10 days. At least once in a month, you should read a syllabus. Okay. Means one look out at the syllabus should be completed. Same the way I have told to date previous year questions. Okay. Fine. Similarly, pressure groups, formal groups. Now you will find that Lakshmikant will only say FICCI is a pressure group, Federation of Indian Commerce Chamber. Okay. Or it will say NASCOM is a pressure group, National Association of Indian. Okay. Or they will say any association as a pressure group. But at the same time, when newspaper, suppose one pressure group have somehow meant the government ways. For example, Bharatiya Kisan Union, Ticketlet, it ensured government roll back 3 farm laws. Now this can be updated by you only if you remember or have, okay, if you are able to relate कि यार ये syllabus से ऐसे relate हो रहा है. Else what you will be writing in the answer? Then people ask me that these are the answers. I'm not able to answer both. When I say the current affairs, then is how to reflect current affairs in my answer. It is not a one-day affair that I will tell you now that you put this current affairs. And this is literally happening with the new students. That's why I'm having this session right now. I tell them they use only those 4-5 examples again in their answers. What about the daily basis? You don't have to make separate notes copy that we will do during the mains itself. That is not required. But if you keep your mind open, at least you read daily one example, you will be able to relate the recent one ना. Scribble over your newspaper itself कि यार ये न्यूज ना मेरे सिलेबस के इस पार्ट से कनेक्ट हो रही है, स्क्रिबल करके छोड़ दो. सपोज वहां पे लिखा है प्रेसिडेंट, ओके प्रेसिडेंट मतलब पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम्स, ठीक है, इतना लिख के छोड़ दो. The more deeper you will go, the more deeper understanding will go. Your comments will become deeper on your newspaper itself. Suppose उसने लिखा कि this cannot be done according to this judgment, फिर आप लिख दोगे भाई तू जा, इस जजमेंट से तो ये किया जा सकता है. मैंने ये भी पढ़ी है इसके बाद वाली. ठीक है, फाइन. Salient features of RBA. Now this is something Lakshmikant have and UPSC is asking. So provisions ही important हो गए हैं, but you will find when elections is there that certain candidate has been stopped for the making hateful speech, okay, hate speech or violence inciting speech or something like this, okay. So at least you should work on those areas. यहाँ उसको आरपीए के अंडर में तो निकाला है, अब बुक में ये थोड़ी मेंशन किया होगा कि दैट कैंडिडेट हैड बीन बैंड, वो तो न्यूज़पेपर में आया था, बट किसी एक्ट के थ्रू किया है ना, तो वो एक्ट आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. सपोज सूरज है, खड़ा हुआ है एमएलए के लिए, बहुत पैसा है इसके पास, पैसा बांटना शुरू कर दिया इसने कैंडिडेट्स, मतलब अपनी कम्युनिटी में, ठीक है, तो पैसा दो वोट लो, वो वाला हिसाब कर रहे हैं, तो उसको जेल होगी, वो आरपीए के अंडर में होगी ना. ये थोड़ी है कि किसके अंडर में होगी, पैसा बांटना कोई जुर्म थोड़ी है, खड़ा ना हो और ये पैसा बांटे, ठीक है भाई या तो बांट, हमें क्या मतलब है. तो आरपीए इन्वोक हुआ ना. नाउ अपॉइंटमेंट टू वेरियस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट पावर्स, ये सब अगेन लक्ष्मीकांत, स्टैट्यूटरी रेगुलेटरी एंड वेरियस क्वासी जुडिशियल बॉडीज. दिस इज नथिंग अगेन बट लक्ष्मीकांत. जब आप पढ़ोगे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडीज, एक आएगा उसमें और एक आएगा नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल यूपीएससी, इलेक्शन कमीशन, नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल में एनएचआरसी आ जाएगा, ठीक है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कैग आ जाएगा, इस टाइप की चीजें. कैग बोले तो सीएजी. वी विल रीड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, नो नीड टू वरी. ओके, डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस, हाउ डेवलपमेंट इज हैपनिंग. अब डेवलपमेंट कैसे होती है, गवर्नमेंट लेड है, सीएसआर लेड है, पंचायत लेड है, इंसान खुद कमा के अपना डेवलपमेंट कर रहा है, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग कर दी है गवर्नमेंट ने. मुझे नहीं आता था कुछ, गवर्नमेंट ने मुझे कहा ठीक है मैं तुझे प्लम्बिंग सिखा देता हूँ, मेरा स्किल कोर्स का सेंटर चल रहा है, मैं वहां पे प्लम्बर बन गया, मैं अच्छा प्लम्बर हूँ, कमा रहा हूँ. गवर्नमेंट इंटरवेंशन आ गया. एक साइट है कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स की, तो वहां पे रियल एस्टेट वाले ने खरीद लिया, कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स वालों को जॉब मिल गई, वो भी डेवलपमेंट है प्राइवेट सेक्टर के थ्रू. तो डिफरेंट प्रोसेस हो गए. डेवलपमेंट इंडस्ट्री, एनजीओ आ जाते हैं, एसएचजीज आ जाते हैं. रोल ऑफ एनजीओ एसएचजी, अगेन सेम, एसोसिएशंस, डोनर्स, चैरिटीज, सेम वही चीज है. तो अब मान लो आपको ये दिख गया, टाटा ट्रस्ट डोनेटेड 10 रुपए टू दिस पर्टिकुलर, मतलब 10 करोड़ रुपए टू दिस पर्टिकुलर, वो एग्जाम्पल नहीं हो गया आपका इन चीजों का. अगर दिमाग खुला रहेगा तो एग्जाम्पल दिखेगा, वरना वाह रतन टाटा कितना अच्छा काम कर रहा है, सीधी सी बात है. वेलफेयर स्कीम्स फॉर वल्नरेबल सेक्शंस, ये गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स की बात हो गई है. पॉपुलेशन पर सेंटर स्टेट्स, परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ दीज स्कीम्स, मैकेनिज्म कैसे हो, लॉज क्या है, इंस्टीट्यूशंस क्या है, किसके थ्रू इंप्लीमेंट की जा रही है, बॉडीज कौन रेगुलेट कर रहा है उनका, ये सब चीजें. अगेन करंट अफेयर्स, इश्यूज रिलेटेड टू डेवलपमेंट, मैनेजमेंट ऑफ सोसाइटी, सेक्टर सर्विसेज रिलेटिंग टू हेल्थ एजुकेशन, अगेन करंट अफेयर्स. मेंस जीएस पेपर 1, 2 and 3 will be generally dealt by current affairs plus basic understanding of prelims. This is what you are going to write in your mains. Fine. बस 2 मिनट बाद मुझे पानी पीना पड़ेगा. Okay, fine. Okay, so next point is important aspect of governance, transparency. Oh, sorry, issues related to poverty, hunger, again current affairs. Different indexes will play important role. इन index के पीछे आपको points मिल जाएगा सब कुछ. वो those pointers are actually your study materials, nothing else. Fine. Important aspects of governance. People ask me, sir, कौन सी book follow करनी है? यार वो किसी book से आ ही नहीं रहा. वो वेबसाइट से बना रहे हैं कंटेंट क्वेश्चंस. तो यू यादर गो फॉर वेबसाइट्स या जो बना रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स मैगजीन वगैरह पढ़ लो यार. इसे बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो एनसीईआरटी ही रहेगी, उसके अलावा सब करंट अफेयर्स. ठीक है. सर्टेन थिंग्स अदर सोर्सेज है, इसीलिए मैंने बोला था जीएस 123 का. आई विल लेट यू नो विद द टाइमिंग. ठीक है. इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ गवर्नेंस, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ई गवर्नेंस, एप्लीकेशंस, मॉडल. मॉडल भी डिफरेंट टाइप के हैं. नेटवर्क गवर्नेंस इज देयर. नेटवर्क क्या समझ में आता है? किसी चीज का नेटवर्क. एनजीओ को भी काम दे देंगे, गवर्नमेंट भी ले लेगा, सीएसआर बॉडी भी ले लेगा, प्राइवेट भी ले लेगा, इंडिविजुअल भी ले लेगा, सब मिलके काम करेंगे. दिस इज इट, नथिंग एल्स. limitations, potential, citizen charters, these all are important topics of the governance. Role of civil services in democracy, basically IAS क्या करने वाला है, रूल बनाएगा, इंप्लीमेंट करेगा, नथिंग एल्स. दैट वी विल डिस्कस इट थ्रू क्वेश्चंस इटसेल्फ. इंडिया एंड इट्स नेबरहुड रिलेशंस. अब पीपल विल स्टार्ट इतना मोटा बुक पढ़ने के लिए. नो नीड. न्यूज़पेपर ढंग से पढ़ लो, क्वेश्चन उसी में से आएगा, काम हो जाएगा. यू हैव टू क्लियर द एग्जामिनेशन. इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस अगर आईएफएस बन गए उसके बाद ट्रेनिंग दे देगी आपको एकेडमी. उससे पहले पीएचडी नहीं करनी है. पीपल विल स्टार्ट रीडिंग इनटू 1930 क्या हुआ था, 1930 में ये साइन हुआ था डिक्लेरेशन. अबे पूछेगा ही नहीं यूपीएससी. अब पूछ लिया तो वो इस क्वेश्चन से सिर्फ तुम्हारा नहीं बाकियों का भी नहीं होगा. वो उस एक क्वेश्चन के चक्कर में 19 क्वेश्चन गलत कराएंगे लोग. ठीक है. नाउ समहाउ ओके. Effect of policies, politics, developing countries on India's interest. Now, India's interest is the keyword. नेपाल में चाइना इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, उससे क्या होगा? श्रीलंका में चाइना ने इन्वेस्ट किया था, वो हो गया बैंकरप्ट. इंडिया ने हेल्प की, नॉट इनफ. व्हाट, हाउ टू टैकल इट? यू हैव टू इंडियाज इंटरेस्ट. रशिया यूक्रेन इशू, इंडिया इज समहाउ टेकिंग neutral stance, not supporting Ukraine. Why? India's interest is aligning with Russia. Important international institutions, IMF, World Bank, UNICEF. Okay. Framework for climate change, IBRD, International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. Their structure, mandate, that you will learn in again CA. Any news about the same, you will find a box where institution के बारे में सब कुछ लिखा था उन्होंने. This is how it is. Fine. So shall I continue or you want it to be broken into the two sessions? Like third, paper 3 and 4 we should deal later on because it's around 10:20. जल्दी बोलो.
Two sessions.
Okay, fine. Okay, then we shall be stopping here. Okay. Recording is stopped.